All right, I'm trying to keep up with my FYI things just because there's a lot of street theater taking place. I notice whenever I'm going places lately, people are yelling and screaming and having these confrontational outbursts. And I think it's staged. I'm not sure what the purpose of it is, but I noticed that it's happening um, Thursday. We were out at the plaza up on Hillsborough and 22nd Street, East Hillsborough and 22nd Street, and um, I saw that olive green Dodge Charger. I just kept praying and asking God, well, why is the Dodge Charger popping up? Uh, uh, I guess it was mid last year when I went to go get an assignment at Pace Setters down on 4th Avenue near 26th Street. I got crossed up and I couldn't remember exactly where Pace Setters was because I hadn't been there in a long time. And there were several cars following me. They were all in a cluster. That olive green Charger, Dodge Charger. I think it's a Dodge Charger, a gray Equinox, a white Jeep, and a black Jeep. I'm pretty sure I saw that white Jeep Thursday night too. I'm learning how they do this little Apple Tap Pay thing. They play these games. She already had her stuff on the counter. She walks away, then I walk up to pay for my soda. Then she came back over when I was getting ready to pay and reached her phone across. See, if I was paying for Tap Pay, then our phones would be there together and then she could capture my information. So you all be very, very careful. If it's your turn to ring up, people need to give you 6 feet, just like the COVID. Stand your ass back, keep your device back. Um, and if you have problems immediately, you need to check your card, close that card down maybe, and even get a new card. Change your numbers, whatever you got to do as soon as you feel that eerie feeling like, wow, why is she all up on me? Why are these people standing down in the bagging area and they're not making a purchase? That's because they're trying to get close enough to you to get your information. And so this happens to me quite frequently. They walk past me, even at the bus station, they come very close to me. And sometimes they'll stop and linger. And so I've been trying to take pictures of them so that I can report it to the ICE, Department of Homeland Security, because why is it your job to steal from people? And why don't you go hang out somewhere where people have a plethora of money if you're going to steal? But I already know because you know you can mess with the little people, but if you go messing with people that have power, they're going to put them cameras, they're going to give it to the forensic team, and in a day or two, they're going to already have your ass behind bars. So what was the other thing? I think the reason that the Dodge Charger has been following me recently is because they must still have a credit card in my name and they will come to where I am and make purchases so that they can try to say that I'm making the purchases. And then I guess they sell it on the dark web or on the Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. You know, you buy stuff with the stolen credit card and you turn it into cash by selling the things at a discounted price. That's what I was thinking they're doing now. I haven't been down to Amazing Love, I don't think this year. Thursday was my first time, and there was a lady, she just kept coming and being very friendly. I was sitting outside charging the solar generator and she's like, "Oh, can I use your I don't have a plug," but she didn't have the C cord, but she said she had the wall charger. And we carry an extension cord so that if we are charging something, we don't take up all the ports. So the extension cord has 6 different ports in it. And I said, sure, I'll let you use it. And she wanted to leave it on top of my stuff. I said no, because she was walking off. I said, I don't want to be responsible for it. Put it in the chair, get that bread box, and put it on top of it. So she did that, and she kept leaving, coming, asking me questions like she was an investigator. Um, she was saying she needed to call the police to see if they got in touch with her friend because they were going to buy her a ticket back home. And then, oh, well, how old are your children? Do they go to school? Do you live close? I mean, she was really digging in. And even though I thought it was weird, I just said, I'm just going to be social and um, give her too much information, basically. And she was standing there smoking. Now, it didn't dawn on me that you're not supposed to smoke um, in the Amazing Love complex. You have to go out to the sidewalk. As far as I know, I don't really pay attention to people in their business. She was a grown woman, even though she looked like a man. Um, she was a grown woman, so that's for her to know, not me. But her having her vape pen connected to my solar generator could have created a small problem for me. And then I could have cleared that up by saying I'm doing her a favor because she does not have a charger or anything. And I wasn't trying to do more than that. It was my C charger, so I'm going to plug it into my solar generator, and you can use it by charging your device for a little bit. And then she said it was a weed vape, so that threw me off too because it's like, here we go. But I said, I know a lot of people are doing the medicinal marijuana. So I didn't get into asking her questions about it. I said, I don't, use any kind of drugs or anything, so I don't know too much about that. We briefly talked about me recovering from identity theft, and that's how I got there, and me alleging that my brother uses meth. And I think she said she used it before, but she'll never do it again. And whenever people say never, I always say beware because you don't know what this flesh might have you down doing, you know. Now, if you say with the help of the Lord, I hope I never, that's something I can get behind. But when you say I will never, nah, I don't buy into that because I know this flesh. So I talked to her about how I tried to stop using sugar at one point in life and the difficulty that I had going to sleep without, having a sweet cup of coffee, which I would say, addicted to. And it was really difficult for me. But as she came and went, there was a cluster of three black women, and they were pointing to like right where I was. And I didn't know what that meant. And I was a little concerned, but I made a little short video to document what they looked like. I didn't recognize any of them right off. I wasn't even paying attention to them. I did not recognize them as somebody I knew. I didn't see Letitia. Whenever I'm there, I always think I'm going to see Letitia Karima Penn. And I didn't see her, but I saw her friend Hank, the guy that drives the tow trucks. And he, struck up a little, very short conversation because I don't really have too much to say to people anymore. Um, Despite the fact that I am greatly disappointed by pretty much 99% of humans. I recognize that there are earth angels on earth, people who seek to obey God. That's their number one mission. And those are the people that I'm looking forward to be friends with. Other than that, I ain't trying to strike up no friendship with people who want to try to poison you, try to kill you, try to sacrifice you, try to stick you in the neck with drug infected, AIDS blood, trying to put you in a position to be organ trafficked, human trafficked. I don't. People have become very low moral. And somewhere in the Bible it says in the end times, men will become lovers of themselves. And I think we're in that time.